Diets and workouts, you've done the work, so why can't you get to your goal weight? That's because up to 70% of your weight is predetermined by your genetics. So while you've been told that it's all about your willpower, you're actually fighting your biology. Don't do it alone. Found's Doctor Design program uses medication as part of a treatment plan that targets your body's unique biological needs, so that your body works with you and not against you. Take the quiz at joinfound.com to see if Found's weight loss program is right for you.
The following is a GoPowerCat.com and Spirit Street production. You've discovered your link to GoPowerCat.com's PowerCat Overtime podcast, presented by Fridge Wholesale Liquor, and it starts right now. Now, let's go to the WTC Gig-Powered Studios. Here's your host, GoPowerCat.com publisher, Tim Fitzgerald.
It's Friday, and we're all locked in our houses. Nobody can leave. Don't touch each other. I feel like somehow by Zooming with my cohorts, I'm somehow spreading this digitally. Like, guys, my computer gets viruses all the time. What if my computer gets coronavirus?
Oh, no.
This is the Overtime. That's Rowdy Gates. He's sitting in his parents' bedroom. It's very homey. You will ever be my forever thing. I can't read the sign behind you. You will forever be my always. That's it. It's a very nice thing. Underneath that sign, there's a possibility Rowdy Gates was conceived.
No, not possible.
You went
Didn't
there.
live here.
Yeah.
You went there.
Yep.
This bedroom wasn't a thing back then.
But the sign might be 30 years old. I don't think so. But anyhow,
No.
Tim Fitzgerald at home, Zach Carlson at his home, Rowdy Gates currently hunkering down in Beloit with his family until he can get back to Manhattan. This is the Overtime Podcast, sponsored by Fridge Wholesale Liquor. It's your Friday fun podcast. You ask us, we answer. Doesn't matter what it's about. I actually like it not to be about K-State sports. I would like the Overtime to conquer the world so that everyone out there can just find fun and happiness in the Overtime Podcast and it not be about K-State sports. I'd like to put in fart sound effects.
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
I like to put in all kinds of stuff, but it's just about making you smile. And fellas, don't we all need to smile right now? After all,
Yeah.
by the summer, we're all going to be zombies eating each other.
No.
No. There's no scientific evidence that you will turn into a zombie and want to eat each other.
Stupid Facebook stuff.
Yet. That's the second phase. This is the Overtime. We're not in the WTC Gig Powered Studios. I wish I had WTC Gig Power at my house. They're 3 blocks away, and I can't get them to come up the easement to make me zoom around the internet at light speeds. But maybe, guys, if I publicly shame WTC, it'll happen. Or they'll turn off our internet at the office.
Yeah, I don't think you should publicly shame any sponsors.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Although I can't tell you what to do anymore. I don't work for you.
Yay! Whoopee!
I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the Fridge for selling things that sanitize me for many, many years. They didn't just start selling the high-proof alcohol now because of the coronavirus. They've done it for years. Sanitize yourself inside and out. If you like alcohol, love the Fridge. I don't know how you buy it right now, but by golly, there's a will, there's a way. Socially distance yourself, except when it comes to alcohol.
He's right, you know.
That's a read right there.
That's it. That's the ad. That's the whole thing. Let's get going with your questions from Wabash Station. I don't know how long this will be, but we will do it like we always do it, via Zoom this time.
From KNED, getting us started. What should be Riley's screen name on his GPC burner account that allows him to troll without getting in trouble with the national bosses?
Oh, man. I actually have legitimately considered this, to be honest with you. They have changed my username. I'm no longer GPC. I'm just Riley Gates. It's actually what I wanted from day one. But they told us we had to have GPC in our names.
But Josh was like, "Oh, you and your dad are the same. We need to differentiate you."
So stupid. So stupid. Oh, man. That's a good question.
So are you just Riley Gates, like one word?
It's got a space. That's like when Allen and all those get on the boards and they recruiting stories just spaced out.
There was no other Riley Gates on the network. If there had been a Riley Gates on the network, would we have said, hey, this Riley Gates is more important to you? You're now Anon 7964327.
That's what I should do. I should just get an Anon account.
Nah. We'd hate you. Fitz would change it.
I'd change it.
Then he'd find out it's you.
We can call him Senor Piñata.
I'm now accepting suggestions for my username to talk smack behind. But the thing is, you're going to have to message me personally in the inboxes, or you're going to have to tag me in a post on Wabash, because I'm not going to be sitting on Wabash as much as I usually do. I can't. I don't have the time to. But if you tag me, I'll get the notification. So just at Riley Gates, and I'll get your notification.
I think a good burner account name for you would be Marcus Hates Me.
That's so true.
But the point of a burner account is so nobody knows who you are.
Well, Marcus hates a lot of people. Marcus hates
That's fair.
the world.
That's fair.
People think
That's
Marcus
Farmer's only 69.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Nice.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, moving on.
From KNED, the Chiefs won Super Bowl 54 just 7 weeks ago. How far away does it actually feel?
No doubt.
Sure. It feels like it's been a month since we were in Kansas City for the Big 12 tournament.
I know. And wrap your mind around this, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this past weekend would have only been the first and second rounds of the NCAA tournament.
They would be getting ready to start the Sweet 16.
Right, on Thursday.
Thursday, right?
Yeah, so they would have started, as we're sitting here Friday, they'd be in the Sweet 16 right now. And it feels like the Final Four should be over. Mm-hmm. That last week was so long, not because on the time scale it felt long, so much happened. It made it feel like so long ago because, people are...
You would just wake up every day and something else was canceled.
Yeah.
Or something else happened.
I really resent people who take their information that we now know and act like they knew it 2 weeks ago. No. As of Tuesday, we thought the Big 12 tournament of last week was still going to go on. Wednesday, I'm driving to a game that was still attended by fans.
Oh, man,
and then
that's
Thursday,
scary.
the world shut down. As we all did that, now we're less than 2 weeks out of that. I mean, we're a week and a half as we're taping this on Tuesday. That was Wednesday. It's been 2 weeks ago. It's incredible how things are moving so fast.
I saw someone tweet today. They were like, you remember 2 weeks ago when we all made fun of the Ivy League tournament for canceling?
Yeah.
And I was like, holy crap, dude. Everything's been insane since then.
Yeah.
I would like to go back to normal so I can rack up a big bar tab at the bars.
That's
all I want to do.
I like a man who aspires to those type of things.
On the bright side and the downside of things, once this is all over, everywhere is going to be packed. Every restaurant's going to have a 2 hour wait.
You think so?
Every bar.
Restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I agree with restaurants and bars because once things open back up, your generation, and I would have been the same way, younger people will flock out to it. But I do wonder about ballparks. I mean,
I think that first one will be sold out.
I think that the first games they play are going to be behind closed doors, at least for a month.
Yeah.
Basketball, hockey, baseball, soccer. I think that they might even return to play before technical lockdowns are, lifted or suggested. I think that they'll say, yeah, you guys can probably play sports now, but probably shouldn't have any fans, and just kind of at some point the people are going to need entertainment before we go crazy.
Yeah, that is a real concern of mine, that people are going to go stir crazy. And as long as the supply continues, as long as the internet and streaming services and cable all run, we've got things to pass our time. But if any of that's cut off, man, I worry about what happens to society. I really do. And luckily for me, I can build a fortress of toilet paper and hide behind it. And if you shoot me, Continental will just knock it down and say, no, we're toilet paper. We're a wall of toilet paper, and I'll be safe.
I think you're a coward.
The Big Three tournament is still on, like next month or less than a month, I think. So
that's the 3-on-3?
I don't know. Yeah.
I find it hard to believe they'll play basketball. I really do.
They said they're going to play without fans.
Well, I know, but basketball is such an easy way to, as we found out, to share the virus because you're in such close contact. Baseball, not so much. Football,
golf, definitely not.
The golf thing freaks me out, and I understand
that's why I was shocked.
The support, the people that put it on, the television. You got to understand there'll be a production trailer with people packed in it to get it done. So I get that. I understand that. But, man, golf is like the perfect pandemic sport. You don't have to be near anyone. You don't. You don't technically have to have a caddy. I mean, someone has to get your clubs up and down, but I think it'd make it entertaining if the caddy was in full protective gear.
Just wearing a hazmat suit.
Yeah, a hazmat suit that's out there carrying clubs. Maybe we let them have the little pole cart thing, like it's the local club, like you're at the Beloit Country Club. I like it.
Can we get Tiger Woods versus Phil Mickelson, like from Black Friday a couple years ago? Just every day for the next 3 months. Just they play around in Vegas for $9 million every day.
So, Zach, I found we're so off topic now. I found the Marble Olympics guy.
Yeah.
That actually does the sand races. And he's got like Marble One, like Formula One racing. He's got this,
Marbula One.
This guy's incredible. I mean, I was impressed that he carved out these intricate courses. I mean, the one from 2019, maybe it was 20, it's like 300 meters plus long, going downhill in the sand, intricate bumps and turns and highway splits, and it's incredible. Marble races, and it's compelling. It's fun to watch. I'm telling you, that guy not getting outside and setting up his marble races and doing it daily right now, he's missing out. Because people would watch it, and Vegas, if he put the contenders in there and what slotting they're going to be, Vegas would put up odds. I'm dead serious. Yep. If that guy would get on it, and then it would be incredible. It'd be.
Well, there was gambling odds for Shark Tank last week. Prop bets on that. Yeah. Will this person take a deal?
See, the problem with that is Shark Tank isn't live, is this? So someone knows the answers.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that.
And technically marble racing would be taped, but, he could do like a live finish line for, just to let everyone know how it happened.
Wrestling's predetermined, maybe live. I know it's not going to be live for WrestleMania, but they put odds on that.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. All I know is I was not impressed with the Marble Olympics. I was impressed with – I love the sand racing. The sand racing is amazing. But the Formula One thing, it's like this guy has this giant Lego / old Matchbox racing course in his basement or a production
Tinker
studio.
Toys.
It's unbelievable the equipment this guy has to race marbles, and how freaking bored I am that I loved it.
That is so sad.
It's awesome. And the marbles are shiny.
Also from K-Ned here, did you find a favorite coronavirus meme?
Oh, yeah. There's been so many good ones in that. I saw that thread at Wabash the other day. The one, and it took over the one last night. It was the Friends one. I know you guys don't really watch Friends, so it's not funny to you. But it's a scene in the episode of Friends where Phoebe is trying to teach Joey how to speak French. And he can't get the sentence. Like, she says a sentence, he literally cannot repeat it. So she's like, all right, let's break it down syllable by syllable. And they go back and forth. And she goes, okay, you've said all the syllables. Now say the thing as a whole. And he just blatantly wrong. I think it was Pickles that posted it. I'm sorry if it wasn't him. It says, so they're going back and forth. It's stay, the bleep. I can't use that word. Stay the bleep, home. Stay the bleep home. Pick in the park. That was my favorite one.
I think Pickles posted the one of Plague Inc. and it had the bubble and it was like, what is this doing here? Because you pop it and that's what helps spread the virus. Yeah. There was another one I saw. It was a video of it was Friends again. It was the theme song, but it was cut up with all of them all alone in their own houses and apartments. Just like they're just like sitting there. It was great.
Of course, this one I saw early on, I posted in that thread. It's a picture of The Cure, my favorite band when I was in college. I'm no expert on COVID-19, but this is The Cure. I loved it because it actually is The Cure. It's Robert Smith and his weird hair.
Oh, another Pickles one. The other one that I also liked. He had some good ones. I think we know what he's doing during the quarantine. Just looking at memes.
That's awesome.
It's from The Office, the episode where one of the girls is trying to flirt with Jim, but he's married. So she comes into his room and he's watching a Miami Heat game, and she goes, "Is this March Madness? I love March Madness." He goes, "Oh no, it's not March Madness because it's not March." Well, this one says, "Oh no, it's not March Madness because it's canceled."
So true.
Good job, Pickles. Good job.
This wasn't a meme. Well. It wasn't a meme, but I saw it on TikTok. It was a Zoom meeting with like 12 different people. And this girl, she decides to pick up her laptop because she needed to go to the bathroom. So she was going to like stay in on it, but she didn't turn her mic or camera off. And everyone's like just like looking at the shock of everybody's faces as like what's happening. And like nobody's saying anything because someone else is talking. But then like she realizes and like just like leaves the meeting. And one of the guys is like, I saw nothing. They were just shook at what happened. So yeah, be careful when you're on a meeting and you need to use the bathroom. Next question from Ricky Tiki Tavi. Talk about the weirdest dream you've ever had. And do you have any reoccurring dreams?
One time I was in a dream. One time I was in a dream and the killer from the movie Scream was in it, but instead of stabbing me, he shot me. And I legit woke up with a stomach pain, dude. That was wild. I don't know what it was. Also bothered that he had a gun because that's not fair. That's not how the movie goes.
That changes the game.
And then last night, actually, I just told somebody about this morning. I had a dream that it was my senior year of high school again, state golf tournament. I remember the entire, playing, we played the round. I dreamt that. I dreamt that we had, after the round, an obstacle course that we had to finish for $100,000. I dreamt through all of this. And then right as we got to the part where we figure out who won both the tournament and the obstacle course, I woke up. I am sad. Very sad.
Nice. Zach, anything you ever?
I included this question because I thought I could think of a dream I've had that's like weird. Like I definitely have a ton of weird dreams. Really, I should keep a dream journal. Mm-hmm. I don't really have any recurring dreams either. Like I've never had the same dream twice. But like the dream I always remember is like I was a kid and like this robber like came into our house like 2 different times, just like he'd come in kind of like a little leprechaun and just like leave, but like he was like evil. He wasn't like laughing and like short, like he was a normal sized guy. But like the third time he comes down to the basement, I'm actually sitting like right here where it happened, but he comes down, pulls out a gun and just shoots me dead. And I woke up and I was scared of people breaking in the house for quite some time after that.
What made him a leprechaun if he's a normal sized person though?
No. I'm not saying he was a leprechaun. I'm saying like he'd pop in and out, like, like just like, why is there a robber? Not make a laugh or anything, but like he came in like he shoots me on the third time he's in the house. What was he doing the other 2 times? You're just screwing around. But man, get to it. Had me all freaked out, and then he it was so evil. Like if I was going to kill somebody like that and break into their house, like break in twice and then do the job. Like, I mean, props to him, I guess. What a weird, no.
I'm 55 years old. I've stopped dreaming. I have no dreams. I have no hopes. I still have some dreams, but honestly, I wake up so often to pee, the dreams never get fully developed. And when I do have dreams, they're so bizarre. I think at some point in my life, someone slipped me acid, and this is like the after effects of it. I know this is going to get deep. It's going to get serious. As a child, I had 2 reoccurring dreams. The first was that I fell out of an airplane and that I was just falling. So I have a fear of falling. Like I would literally be falling and falling and falling, and I'd finally see a body of water, and I'm trying to cut through the air to get to the body of water that maybe I can land in the water. Thank goodness I never hit the ground in my dreams, because I think that means you die. The other one was, and this is really deep, is I had a reoccurring dream of being trapped on a submarine with explosions and water coming in.
Whoa.
And I to this day, I don't think it was a dream. I think it was a previous life thing, like a memory from a previous life. I really believe that because it was so intricate. And why would a kid have that dream? I don't remember watching submarine movies as a child or anything. I don't remember anything like that. But I'd have this intricate dream about being on a submarine, there's explosions and water coming in, and I'm about to drown.
And that's why you're into World War II.
Could be. Maybe I was in World War II, and I don't know it. It could be. I just...
You're just like watching the highlights, you know?
Yeah. Getting back to it, I have a fear of falling. I have a fear of not being able to escape. Like, it's not really... I'm not claustrophobic, like in an elevator or anything, but... Even if I'm in like a bar and I get packed into a corner, like I'm at a table and people start standing around me and I can't get up or I can't get to the door, I kind of freak a little bit. And I also don't like being underwater. All of those things go right back to a childhood that was otherwise pristine and wonderful. And I'm still screwed up from dreams. Were they dreams or they were memories of another life?
Okay, you're freaking me out.
Odd.
Of course it was odd. It's me.
From Tiki Tavi again. Removing Kansas State, so eliminating them from the Big 12. What is your favorite team from every conference that you would include into the Big 12 and why?
So just Power Fives?
Just do Power Fives. So like who would you take from the Pac-12, Big 10, SEC, ACC to replace K-State with?
Oh,
if K-State was out, we're not just adding.
K-State's out. This is how I read the question. That's how it's not a great
the way I
question, but
the way I understood it was he was just saying who's your favorite team in every conference, and you can't pick K-State in the Big 12.
That's what I thought he asked too.
Maybe, I don't know. What do you want? I did it sounds fun.
I mean, it's probably going to be the same answer regardless.
Right.
We're just not going to have a Big 12
answer.
Okay,
who's your favorite Pac-12 school?
Oregon State.
Oregon State?
Beavers. Yeah. Beavers. I don't know why.
Okay. That's good. Zach, you got a favorite Pac-12?
I think it's the color scheme and the mascot. Beavers. That's dope.
You're dirty. Yeah.
Colorado.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah, flippin' stoner. Hey. That's what you're going with is Colorado. But why? Because easy access to weed.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure that Utah might be the only Pac-12 school that you can't get weed. So
fitting.
Maybe the Arizona schools.
Fitting. I would probably pick Arizona State just because the thought of Riley being able to go to the bars in Tempe again.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'd really love to have USC. I mean, I love USC too. You're going to find a trend in my non-K-State schools. Hold on. Yeah, that was not good. Thank you. In my non-K-State schools, because it's going to be the ones that have advantages that K-State doesn't. Like if I had to pick another Big 12 school, I'd pick Texas. Wouldn't it be fun to be a fan of the school that gets whatever it wants and just has its way? In life, It's just so easy. Or from my professional standpoint, wouldn't it be fun to do the kind of coverage we do for K-State, but for Texas, and imagine how many subscribers you would have?
Yeah. Yes, very much so. That's something that I thought about a lot over the last few years.
Okay. Big 12. Or, excuse me, Big 10.
Honestly, man, Northwestern.
Yeah.
And I know it feels like the cop-out because, Purple Wildcats. But I like Pat Fitzgerald a lot.
Thank you.
I like Chicago.
Yeah.
You have no relation to Pat Fitzgerald.
That's my dad's name, but go ahead.
Oh. And I don't know. It's always easy to cheer for the teams that, aren't the dominant teams that think they're so great. So, I hate Ohio State and Michigan. I hate them both so much. I hate Wisconsin because they always ended K-State's runs in the tournament, it felt like. Northwestern doesn't have that much success. So when they have success, it's easy to cheer for them. So Northwestern.
Cool. Zach?
Iowa.
Really?
Iowa City seems cool.
You have some interesting takes on this. This is not, that I wouldn't pick Iowa at all because it's Iowa. Iowa just is not committed to winter or summer. It's just kind of, it sucks. I don't know. I'm sorry.
He just wants Poncheros more than once a year.
Yeah, that's probably about that. By the way, I talked to my Iowa contact who said it sucks, so I'm just putting that out there.
Well, they're wrong. Where do they like to get their burritos then?
I don't know. I didn't ask him that.
Probably go to Qdoba or Chipotle.
I had all the information I needed when he told me Ponchero sucks, and I just moved on. I didn't need more information from him. I knew you guys were wrong at that point.
Sounds like he doesn't like a tortilla made right in front of him.
Who doesn't, though? I wish I had someone doing it right here, but 6 feet away.
Bad intel.
Probably because my family is rooted in this. Northwestern, both my cousins went there. My dad went there. We've got some family history there. But again, I don't want to be the little guy. I don't want to trade in K-State to be in the same or worse circumstance. So I'm going to go with my other family tracking into Michigan because I'm convinced I want to be a fan of the big guy. The big guy. I'm Michigan. They'll never be left out of conference expansion or realignment.
That's true. That is true.
Northwestern, maybe. Okay, ACC.
Duke.
Of course.
Easy. That was really easy.
Jack?
Clemson or Virginia Tech?
Interesting.
Those would be my picks.
I'm going to go with Florida State because it's Florida. And it says state.
That's a terrible answer.
I don't know. It's in Florida, man. Be nice.
The Spear.
That's the Florida you burn on?
Yeah, I could have gone with Miami, but let's be honest. Miami feels a lot cooler than I am.
No, wait, that's the SEC.
Miami feels like I'd be there and I'd be the guy like, hey, fellas, how's everyone doing? What do we listen to? Is this Spanish music? What are we doing, guys? What are we doing? Are we getting tattoos? What are we doing? I feel like
Frank Martin would keep an eye on you in Miami.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Fitz, I got a Cuban place for you to go to.
I would. As long as I don't have to eat plantains, which I don't want to talk about. It's horrible.
You like plantains?
I don't. Oh.
I've only had them a couple times in a Spanish class in elementary school, but I always thought they were delicious.
The ones I've had were not. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. Yeah. Okay, let's get to the big one, the SEC.
This is a tough question, except my answer became very clear today. My answer is Ole Miss. Because Ole Miss, first and foremost, does not care about anything. They get in trouble, they're like, nah, yeah, you got us. Our bad. And then they continue to just do the thing that they got in trouble for. I kind of respect it, to be honest with you. Hey, let's see how many times we can get away with it. I absolutely love the fact that they hired Lane Kiffin. That is amazing to me. But today they cemented themselves as my favorite SEC team because they are asking people in this time of panic to change their last will and testimony to give all of their money to the University of Ole Miss. And that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Oh, my God. It's like they're trying to profit from the virus?
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Yes. And that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, but it's so stupid that I love it. So I'm going to go with Ole Miss.
Wow.
I'm
going to go with Florida.
That's a good choice. That's
my Florida pick.
That's pretty good. Probably a better Florida pick than mine, but I knew for the SEC I was going to pick Tennessee. So I just dig Tennessee. I love the state of Tennessee. It feels like
the colors.
It's my favorite shade of orange. That kind of sherbet orange. I don't know how to describe it. I love that shade of orange.
Should have picked Vanderbilt.
Like I could get into Vanderbilt or be part of Vanderbilt.
No, so you could live in Nashville, buddy.
I know, but I feel like Vanderbilt and I would not get along.
That's fair.
Get along. Yeah.
Because you like sports and don't like them sucking?
That, and I feel like Vanderbilt is kind of, they fancy themselves, more dog barking, they fancy themselves like the Ivy League, and they think they're elite, and they're kind of stuck up. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
Probably, but I love the state of Tennessee. Knoxville's badass. Smoky Mountains. I'm in. In fact, I'm moving right now.
Getting the crew together isn't as easy as it used to be. We get it. Life comes at you fast. But trust us, your pals are desperate for a good hang. And when they hear you stock the party with drinks from Drizzly, they'll be banging down your door. Let Drizzly, the go-to app for drink delivery, take care of the supplies. All you need is an excuse. It doesn't even have to be a good one. It's your dog's birthday. The loquats are finally ripe. Whatever. With Drizzly, you can compare prices on a massive selection of beer, wine, and spirits and get them delivered straight to your door. Which means you can entice the crew to leave their houses without ever leaving yours. Whatever the occasion, download the Drizzly app or go to drizzly.com. That's DRIZLY.com today. Must be 21 plus, not available in all locations.
Your fever is high and the pressure to log in at work is too. But when you finally decide to take care of you, there's Instacart. Just because that one perfect coworker of yours is attending all meetings, camera on while she's sneezing, coughing, and aching, doesn't mean you have to do the same. Take it from us. Trying to stay on top of things will only get you further behind. Instead, get everything from tissues and teas to cough suppressants and comforting soups delivered through Instacart in as fast as 30 minutes. If anyone needs anything, they can just redirect their questions to that one perfect coworker of yours.
Next question is from the Ginth. What shows on Netflix or other streaming sites are you watching right now?
I've honestly, dude, I haven't watched a lot of TV and stuff. We're always watching The Office, so I'm not going to act like that's new. You're watching some old tournament games. Survivor is still on. That's good. If you're on Netflix, I would suggest go and watching that Mark Wahlberg Post Malone movie, Spencer Confidential or something. I forget. I think that's the name of it. It's not like a great movie, but it's not the worst movie I've ever seen, and it's kind of interesting. You would like it, Fitz. It's kind of a conspiracy-driven thing.
Ooh,
the Boston PD with a big, undercover plan. So you'd like it. Spencer Confidential, that's what it is. Yeah.
Okay. I've watched a lot of stuff. I'm not going to I can't think of any series right now that I've watched since it's all started that say, yeah, you got to watch that. I've just been kind of finishing off things, keeping up with shows I'm watching. I did watch yesterday when I had some time, a movie popped up on Amazon, and it's an Australian movie about the Vietnam War involving Australian and New Zealand troops called Danger Close. And it was really pretty good. It was really a pretty good war movie. It's from 2019. It's recent. I thought, hey, those Aussies make a decent movie, even though their world's upside down. Their toilets go backwards. I'm getting ready to invest a whole bunch of time into The Wire. I've never watched The Wire. Everyone says it might be the best television show ever made. It was, HBO long ago. And it's now all 5 seasons are on Amazon. So I'm going to dig into The Wire and see if it's what it's all about. But yeah, I've got a lot of things I'm watching. I'm watching an epic series called War of the Worlds, which is a new take on it. It's kind of a cool take on that story. But I've got a lot of things out there. I don't know. But lately, no. Last season of The Ranch kind of sucked. If you haven't watched The Ranch, it's worth watching. If you're not easily offended, go watch The Ranch on Netflix. It's a good laugh. Watch a lot of documentaries, mostly depressing. But, yeah.
Zach just watches TikTok all day.
No, I've actually got some things here to say.
Good.
Yeah. On Netflix, I've been watching the second season of Formula One Drive to Survive. Just kind of it recaps the last season, behind the scenes stuff. I think it's interesting. It's not all just recapping races. It's mostly, it's covering the drivers, kind of the characters, the team principals, so forth. Kind of what goes on there. And then what I've started watching came out on Friday. This documentary series is incredible. It is amazing. Tiger King with Joe Exotic.
I was just looking at that.
Oh, you've got to watch it. It's so good. It's so crazy. You think, if you watch the trailer, you think that's what's going to happen. There are so many twists and side plots and just it's unbelievable how trashy but thrilling just the whole storyline is. All of these different, they follow this one guy named Joe Exotic, but there's 2 other guys, well, a guy and a girl, that run different parks, and it just kind of talks about all of them. One of the side plots is this one lady had her husband killed and fed to the tigers, allegedly. This guy's body is missing. You don't know where it is. Everybody knows, they think, that she killed her husband, fed him to her tigers to make him disappear, but never proved it. She was never charged or anything. She was one of the only suspects, but they don't have any evidence.
Well, there'd be bones. There'd be bones.
Well, I think the other guy said that if you fed something to a tiger, if you feed turkeys to a tiger, there will be no bones left behind in their poop. Their stomach is so acidic that it'll disintegrate anything, allegedly.
I need a tiger.
But, the fact that that's not even the main plot. That's just a side plot.
Yeah, the preview is amazing. What is going on here?
But I found it interesting because I remember as a kid, we stopped at a rest stop, I think in Paul's Valley, which is just north of where Wynnewood is, which is where the park is. So, and they had a baby liger there for one of these little petting sessions. We didn't do it. We were just watching. We were going to pay a bunch of money. That's how they make their money. It's kind of ridiculous. But I remember seeing that and then saw the documentary. I'm like, that's Oklahoma. We've definitely driven by it, or at least seen something from that. So kind of local, if you've driven from anywhere between here and Texas on I-35, you've probably seen the billboards for it. But man, I've got 2 episodes left. It's so good.
Okay. Is that it? You got more, don't you? Come on.
Me. I've started watching some 30 for 30s. I watched the Joey Chestnut Kobayashi one, or I've started it. I still need to finish it, but trying to catch up on some of those. But
cool.
Letterkenny on Hulu, other shows that.
See, because of that package, I've got more streaming services than I need because I have Hulu and I really haven't watched Hulu. We haven't watched, what's the big Hulu show about the women, Handmaid's Tale. Is that it?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's a famous one. Anyhow, we haven't even started that. We're keeping that in our back pocket. But yeah, I'm not short of, even though we cut our cable, we still have, all the stuff through YouTube TV, but Netflix and Disney Plus and Hulu, Amazon, and of course CBS All Access, because we're part of the CBS 24/7 Sports Network. And if you're a full paying subscriber, not on a deal, you too can have a free CBS All Access pass. So I watched Picard.
Hello, nerds.
It's a little disappointing for Star Trek.
Moving on, King Jim asks, King Jim 77 asks, sorry to misidentify you, if you could disinvent one thing, what would it be?
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
Can I say politics?
Yeah, I'm really sick of it, guys. I'm really, really sick of it.
Disinvent one thing.
Going back to my previous answer about dreams, probably submarines. Why do we need that? Why do we need to be submarine? We can get places on the surface. We can send little robots down to look underneath there. You can go scuba diving to touch stuff. You can get Tyler Dryling to take you down and then hire you for his TV show. You can do all that stuff without having a submarine. What's the purpose of a submarine? To blow things up and to drown people. That's it. That's it. Oh, okay, sure, you can go deep sea exploring. Yeah. You do that with robots. You don't need to physically be there in the submarine. Submarine. You're under the water. No. Hard pass. Don't need it. And plus, I still think there's probably a few Nazi U-boats still out there looking around for things to sink. Just don't, the guys are like 95 years old on this boat.
Could I disinvent speed limits lower than 70 miles per hour?
That's nice. Well, you mean on highways, not like going.
Yeah, I don't want you going 80. Yeah, no.
80 down the driveway.
Yeah, that's not necessarily what I want, but I do want, like, when I go home to Beloit, it's 65 the whole way, and I'm like, does this really need to be 65? Like, I could bump it up a little bit.
I would disinvent the Impossible Whopper so I don't have to ever have that thought of that.
That's fair.
Yucky texture, weird taste in my mouth again.
Can I disinvent something that's been disinvented?
Whoa.
Technically, it should work, right? Like a double negative.
Okay. What?
So I would bring back the Concorde. That should not have been disinvented. Supersonic air travel.
Yeah, why? One crashed and they just shut it down?
Well, I mean, it was already... That was kind of the nail in the coffin to that. It was more just, it was so expensive for how little benefit it had other than saying, oh, look, we can fly fast. It wasn't really cost effective as subsonic, but
yeah,
it's cool to think I can be in London in 3 hours from right now. That's not possible anymore.
That is weird to think about that. We had the technology to fly people at supersonic speeds to get there really fast, and we just stopped.
Yeah.
Sad.
I think they should be able to reinvent that at a more cost-effective manner. Seems like technology, because that was like 1970s technology, right?
Yeah, 60s.
60s, 70s?
It was like basically the space race, getting to the moon. Supersonic air travel was pretty much the same timeline as far as inventing goes.
I want it back. I want to invent being able to just go through a portal and be wherever you want. Like just walk to Miami. Just leave my house and then in 5 seconds I'm in Miami walking out of a portal. That's what I want. And then we don't have germs.
I would never cook. I'd just come home every night. Mom would cook for me. I'd go home.
That's so very, very sad.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'd probably go to like restaurants around the world, but you just go home to Beloit. That's cool.
Well, guess I'll give up forever. That's the spirit.
I'd go to Eskimo Joe's.
Every day. Where you been, Eskimo Joe's? Wow, that's just weird to use your time, your ability to portal to different locations just to go to Stillwater or Beloit over and over and over. It's just odd.
From Adam K63, what habit have you changed after the restrictions due to coronavirus?
Can't go to the gym anymore.
So, where do you work out?
That sucks.
Yeah, I bite my cuticles, hangnails, and this has finally got me to, every time I put my hands up towards my face, I kind of think about it. Even though I'm not leaving the house, you don't know what has come into the house.
Mm-hmm. Now I run outside every day, and I don't like it. I'm a lot more I'm not saying I never wash my hands with soap, but like there would be times where you would just like
do the pass through.
I don't know, you just rinse them off, but now it's like very conscious,
which is good.
So yeah,
I haven't really changed much. I stay at home.
You stay at home and you're on your computer and you watch TikTok. There's a consistency about you, pandemic or not.
And play Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
I go out to eat less, but mostly just because I'm more lazy than I am trying to avoid anything. I am trying to avoid it a little bit.
I just miss my friends. I mean, I'm friends with a lot of Aggieville bar owners and people, and I just miss seeing those people. And I hurt for them because a lot of people are really struggling to make ends meet right now.
Last question of the podcast from Seton Hall Survivor. What is the worst smell you have ever experienced?
Oh, my God.
For me, this is a traumatic moment in my life. I used to have a badass 76 Camaro that was my high school car. It was not practical in any way. You couldn't use it really in the snow because it was a big engine, rear-wheel drive. It just wasn't ideal. But it was a sweet, sweet ride to have when you're in high school. Got places fast. But as you were also kind of in a confined space, my friend Kevin, who I won't mention his last name, farted inside my car as we were going up my driveway. I used to have a really steep, long driveway, and then we'd go in and I'd pull in the back. By the time I could get the car in park and get out, I was vomiting. It was that bad. He hotboxed me in my own car.
Jeez.
It was traumatic. It's been with me now. Let's see, it's probably like 17. We're talking 38 years of trauma Kevin inflicted on me by hotboxing me with one of his farts. I don't know what he got into. Now, was that too much information?
Probably the first time that I smelled someone smoking weed.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the smell.
And that's because it really caught me off guard, because it kind of smells like a skunk, but it's not. And I was just really disturbed by what it was. Like, now I can pick it up. You know, like, I'm aware of what the smell is. We all went to college. But the first time I ever smelled it, I was like, dude, what in God's name?
Yeah.
That's off the top of my head.
That's my biggest thing with weed. I don't understand how people enjoy it just from a smell standpoint. I think it's just awful.
Oh, yeah. Shut up, Todd.
Mine was when I had to clean a toilet at the pool a few years ago.
Oh.
And this is the worst thing I've ever had to clean. It was a toilet. It was clogged, but it was clogged to the brim. And it was a layer. And you don't really find out it's layered until you're cleaning it out. Like, there was no plunger that was going to clean this toilet. We had to glove up and pull out stuff out of this toilet and put it into a red biohazard bag.
Oh, no.
Are you still there, Fitz?
Yeah.
Oh, it looked like you froze, like you were.
No,
you were gone.
I had to lean back and.
Anyway, the contents of this toilet, it was like a sandwich. It was puke on top, and then it was very liquidy stool, and then it was more puke underneath. It took like more than 30 minutes to clean and remove everything out of this toilet, because then it was indeed clogged with toilet paper in it. It was the nastiest thing I have ever had to do. And the smell, it's both poop and vomit at the same time, but like the worst of each of those smells. And that's what it is.
I would have quit. I wouldn't have done it. I would have quit. I'm dead serious. I would have quit that job on the spot.
It took him a while, but he did.
It's true.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for not mentioning me in those answers at any point.
Wow.
Well, that's it for the podcast. That's a hell of a way to end the overtime. But somehow a giant metaphor for the Overtime Podcast. That's it. Thank you to The Fridge. Thank you to WTC. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you, boys, for joining me via Zoom. This is Fitz. Make sure you listen to the Life of Fitz podcast, because I need love.
You've been listening to the Power Cat Overtime Podcast, presented by Fridge Wholesale Liquor. Power Cat Podcast. All rights reserved. GoPowerCat.com and Spirit Street Publishing.
Hey, it's Fitz, and if you don't know who I am, here's a quick bio. Veteran sports journalist who writes, does TV, radio, and is a longtime podcaster. Also, I have stage 4 prostate cancer, so my doctors advised me to stay home during these COVID-19 concerns. So what am I doing with my time? I'm calling some of the many friends, athletes, coaches, and colleagues who have been part of my life during more than 30 years in journalism. Oh, and I'm hitting the record button. I'm Tim Fitzgerald, and welcome to my life and the Life of Fitz podcast. Subscribe to the Life of Fitz podcast on Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. And it's not like I can make you. I'm locked up in my house.